What's going on, campers? Campfacer here. Welcome back to another Texas Chainsaw Massacre the game video. You guys, today we have a discussion with balance issues. I wanted to talk about this to the community in hopes that maybe even Gunn is watching to take some notes here, because the game, as much as I love the game, you guys know that it's all I talk about here on the channel and live stream and behind the scenes on Discord, the good, the bad, the ugly. I pay attention to all social media. I take all feedback in. I go on Reddit. I see what people are talking about out there, and I know that. Uh-oh, there goes the doggy. Camper. Every time when I'm recording a video. Whatever. There's issues. As much as I love the game, I hate it. It's a love-hate relationship with this game, you guys. I'm level 87 now. I've put over 200 hours in, I believe. I'm taking advantage of the double XP weekend. You got to, because the grind is real. Some people out there are complaining, most people are complaining, or maybe everybody's complaining about the DLC for sale that gone with the cosmetics and stuff. That's not what this video is about. I understand the frustration, but that's not what this is about. But I will say, Gunn, like, they are some pretty cool dudes over at Gunn Interactive. I've been following Guns before Friday came out. And I have to say that, being hardcore horror movie fans that they are, they pay attention to every single detail, and they try to make these games feel like we're inside the movies we grew up loving and watching, these horror films. They're very authentic, and that's what I like about Gunn, their ideas. But coming along with all that is bugs and issues and balance issues, and there's a lot. I'm not a developer or anything, but I mean, obviously there's always going to be problems. Not one game out there is perfect. Games have issues, games have problems. That's where they fix them. So I respect Gunn. So none of this stuff I'm talking about is me hating on Gunn. It's just me coming up with ideas in a way to fix the game that I love. I want this game to be better. I want it to be, because right now it's in a really bad state and it's pissing me off. I'm getting so angry. Sometimes I feel like throwing my controller and saying, screw it, I'm not playing this fucking game anymore. I am a family main. I will say that. I have put more hours into family than I have victim. And I know there's skill issue. People are always saying, "Oh, skill issue." I get it, but I've put my hours in, and I've played a lot more random solo with random lobbies, because I just don't have the time always to get a squad together with my friends. So I do run solo a lot, and that's where, people are gonna say, "Well, solo, that's your problem." Because most of the time in solo matches with randoms, if you're playing family, you're supposed to have your comms on. That's the best way to win, and I agree. And I've preached that over and over. You should have a squad with friends that communicate, because this game's all about communication. That's how you win. Because if you're not communicating, you're not knowing where victims are located, you're not knowing if something's unlocked, and so on. I get that. So not everybody's going to play like that. There's going to be there's a lot of casual players out there that go on, they get home from work, they just turn the game on, they don't have friends to play with, they just want to play the game. So that being said, I kind of wish Gunn would fix it so solo players could still have the same balance, but that's not the case in this style of game. It's not the way the game works, or was designed, rather. So I've played a lot of solo, but usually when I'm playing solo, I'll turn the mic on and be like, back gate's locked, gas station gate's still locked, somebody go check the fuse box, and then I'll mute the button again, then I'll play. And then that way, even if they don't respond back to me, you could tell they're going over, they're checking. So I've had my matches where I'm not really talking back and forth with somebody, but we communicate one way or another, and we win the matches. Sometimes I play with my friends and we communicate nonstop, and we crush the victims. We wipe them out. I've had matches where, it was fair game, that two got out, two died, so it was kind of like a half and half win, half loss. I've had more than enough matches as solo family with randoms where every single person gets out, every victim gets out. And that's what I'm about to talk about right now. And it's not even just with solo, it's even with my friends. Lately, it's getting worse and worse, where victim players, the main topic of this is victim players, once they learn how to play this game, they're unstoppable for the most part. And I'll explain why. It's turning into a competitive speed run. This game is absolutely turning into the most ridiculous competitive speed run with victims and trolling the family. And that's what's going to kill this game. And I'm going to explain all about that right here in a second. So, again, skill issue. It's not a skill issue, because once somebody learns how to play and locations of each item and the map layout, and they know how to speed run it, and they know where the family is going to be at the start of the match, and if they know what family members you have, and they know the cook's not going to be able to lock doors, they're speed running, and it makes it almost unstoppable. And what's really going to kill this game, the main thing that's going to kill this game, and I'm telling you guys this, is the lack of family players out there. No one's going to want to play the family anymore because of how OP, I know that sounds ridiculous, OP that the victims are, and they know it. And there's going to be a lot of people leaving comments being like, oh, you're talking out of your ass, OP. It's true. They're given too many options, too many escape routes, too many the skill tree perks, the builds, everything about the victims right now. Once that valve exit's open at the slaughterhouse, if all three family members are standing there, 90% of the time, victims are just going to plow right through them, and there's no stop. They might get a few hits on them. Once in a blue moon, they might be able to catch one in a trap and then slash them and kill them, but most of the time, they're just laughing and plowing through them. If you don't see that, then I don't know what to tell you. So what's going to kill this game is no one's going to want to play anymore as a family member, because due to frustration. I've soloed with randoms, and I've had family members DC because they had somebody escape the basement. The leather-faced player. I know some of this sounds ridiculous. These are crybabies, though. Somebody was like, I just got hit twice, blah, 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 bone shard. I got shoulder checked. Oh, my God, he's out of the basement. Fuck this game. And he left. And I was like, oh, my God, Leatherface already left the game. Now try beating the other four victims with a cook and a hitchhiker. Or a cook and a Johnny. And I'll get into Johnny and Sissy in a minute here. But most of the time, they'll leave because if somebody escapes, they get so mad and they get frustrated. They put their controller down. They DC, and I've had that happen numerous times. And I understand it. I understand it because it seems like ridiculous. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is not Care Bears. If that makes any sense. What I'm saying is, we're the family. It shouldn't be like we're stressed out because the victims are beating on us and running out every damn match. It's like, where's the hunt here? Where's the brutality? This is our domain. They're here. We should brutally kill. And I get it. It's a skill issue, and I have done it, but at the same time, it happens more so they escape than I do catch them and kill them. And I'm sure Gunn has like the stats in their office. It must show way more victims have escaped in this game than they have died. And that should say a lot. Now, the game's pace, that's the main issue too. So we have the family being stressed out about how the victims are trolling them, escaping. The game's pace is too fast. When the match starts up, this game, if you're playing family, this is mostly me talking about family. When the match starts up and you're a family member, you feel more like you're playing goalie in a sports event than you are hunting down victims. Because once the match starts and you know this game well enough, you have to be on top of those exits and watching after them and making sure the valve hasn't been grabbed, or a fuse, because then you have to trap the fuse. Hey, make sure you check up on this. Check this door. Check that. Oh shit, this door is unlocked. You're playing goalie. That's what it feels like. You're playing goalie in a sports game, whether it's hockey, football, whatever, soccer. You're the goalie. So the game's pace is way too fast. It seems like victims are just, match starts, they're out of the basement in a minute. I had a match last night where I was playing at the family house. I was cook upstairs. I spawned upstairs as a cook. I immediately ran through the 2 doors, down the back stairs, went around to the kitchen door, put a padlock on it. I looped through the gore room and past the main stairway where Leatherface's skulls are hanging on the red wall. And as I was coming past that red wall, Leland and Connie, Leland shoulder checked the hitchhiker. Connie went through the gap. Leland went through the other way past me. I couldn't catch him. Connie unlocked the other door to the front side door. Well, she didn't unlock it. I ran over. I put my padlock on it. I went back to the bone room. Then I went back to the other room, the front door, and Connie already was outside. And they were upstairs before I could even put my locks on the front door. That's how fast, and they were outside, and that's how fast this game has turned into. It seems ridiculous to me that you have to, you don't even have breathing space as a family member in this game. It's a little bit ridiculous. And I don't know if Gun could do anything to slow the pace of that down, because I'll tell you another thing too. Everything that Gun does to slow the pace of this game down does not work. It does not work. What, they put the valve on the backside of the damn slaughterhouse? That didn't work. That just gave them more incentive to like, all right, let's go get that one. Let's just go quicker. Let's have to move faster. Because there was another time I spawned in the beginning of the I was hitchhiker at the slaughterhouse. I ran all the way through to the main courtyard area, and Leland was already coming around the metal container Connex box, jumping down the well with the damn valve. So as soon as I went to put traps in front of the valve exit, as I'm laying my first trap down, that's as fast as I got over there, the pressure valve was already off. Like, shh. I'm like, here we go. This is what this game has turned into, a speed run, competitive speed run. It's like these victim players, they're competitive players that get like what's that word I'm looking for? Like a hype out of it, the adrenaline rush. Like, let's do this. Let's laugh at them, and I don't like that. I really just do not like that. Now, also, I want to say the cooldowns are ridiculous on like the battery in the generator. There's absolutely no reason there should be a cooldown, because even the long ass cooldown that you have to deal with for a family member to turn it back on, you still got to turn it back on, and that takes time. And it doesn't make any sense for cooldowns whatsoever. They don't do it. It's just gives them more time to dance around you and stab you in the back, which I've had done while I'm waiting. And it's just ridiculous. They should get rid of the cooldowns altogether. Turning it back on where it takes a little while, maybe leave that, but get rid of the cooldowns, please. Same with the fuse box. That's another topic. But before I even dive into that, let's talk about maps. Maps dictate what family members you need to be in this game. Now, when I say that, it means like if you're at the gas station map, you basically need the hitchhiker and the cook, because if you don't lock the main gates or the front door to the gas station, that it's just one step for them to get out super fast. If you're Johnny or Sissy, or Johnny and Sissy with Leatherface, they're just going to get through those exits really fast, and it's going to be over in like 30 seconds, a minute, 30 seconds tops. You kind of need the hitchhiker to be trapping the fuse box and maybe trap one of the back gates, and so it's kind of like maps dictate who you play as, and that's another question. If every map feels like you need a hitchhiker and a cook, otherwise you're screwed, then what good is Johnny and Sissy? Where do you put them? The only way to play them is if you're going to be Johnny or Sissy, you have to go in for the kills right away. You have to hunt. If you're not hunting and killing and on top of them right away or nonstop, then you're not doing your job at all. And it's one and done. You're done. You may as well just be like, all right, you guys are all out. So why can't they make Johnny and Sissy have enough balance where they could also, it would be like the grounds would be locked the same amount. I don't know. Maybe give them traps. I don't know. The game's very frustrating right now. So the fuse and the pressure valve. This is a huge one. If they did what I'm about to talk about right now, this would fix the game a lot. Like it would take the pressure off the family a lot. The fuse and the pressure valve should be a one and done. What I mean by that is if they start the fuse and they turn on the fuse box, if you go over there as a family member, even with a cooldown, and shut it off, the fuse blows and that's it. There's no more going back to the fuse. They should get rid of the second fuse. And if they don't get rid of the second fuse, you should have to go find a second fuse, bring it back, do the mini game all over, and then it's done. So a two and done. But I say a one and done because they missed their window. If they didn't get down to the basement through that exit and we shut the thing off and the fuse blows, that's it. One and done. Pressure valve, same thing. They turn the pressure valve on. If we go over, we shut it off, which takes forever for us to shut the damn thing off. That's something else that's ridiculous. Then maybe they have to go back and find a different valve handle. And if they get the second valve handle and put it on and try it again, and we go to shut it off again, then it's done. No more doing either one of those. And some people will say, oh, that's too OP. You're taking away exits. Now the family could guard the other exits. Well, that's not true because that never happens. Like I said earlier, you could have 3 family members standing in front of one exit, which never happens, by the way, and the victims can still get through them. I mean, come on. You have bone shards. You have the shoulder check with Leland. You have one victim over here doing something, and while somebody else is over here causing distraction. It is what it is. It should be one and done for the fuse and pressure valve. And if they did that in this game, that would fix the balance. Huge fix. It would fix everything. It would take the pressure off the family and give more hunt, more chase, more time for the victims to hide. And because right now it's just like, oh, we have all these options. Let's just do this. Let's troll the pressure valve. Every single match, you guys are going to hear that pressure valve going off 24/7. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So we have the pressure valve, the fuse, one and done. What could cause this game to die? Family stress is what's going to cause this game to die. No one's going to want to play family anymore. What could you do to actually fix it? Mini games at the exits could take longer. Maybe Gun could do that. Maybe they could relocate items so you can't memorize where toolboxes are. Maybe like every other match is a different location or something. What else was I talking about here? The game's pace needs to slow down. I don't know what else they could do to slow the pace of the victims getting out of the or something. It's a difficult one because the game's built already. I don't want Gun to have to redesign the whole damn game and maps. It would take too much time, too much money. But all I'm saying is some of the things that are given to the victims need to be taken away or wound down. And some people are they're going to be crying in the comments saying, oh, you're just a crybaby. This is what kills games is everyone says it's OP, so now we're going to change it and make it the family more OP than the victims. And the reason why there's more victim players, I've already said it 100 times in this one video, not just because of competitive speedrun, is because it's so easy and addicting. And that's what makes a game fun, is when something's too easy. You just want to keep going back to it and showing off and trying different things. And, while I get out this time, I'll do a couple dances and maybe I'll knock somebody over 5, 6, 7 times and then add to my little laugh at the end of the exit. This game, like I said, it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You should be dying. It should be a hell of a challenge to escape as a victim, not the other way around. Me like, let's see how quick we can get out this time. Let's see if we could beat our last record. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. It should be the other way around. It should be like, holy fuck, I've played 7 matches. I've only escaped once. You know, it should be like 5 out of 10 times. I mean, 1 out of 10 times you escape. And some people would say, well, that's not fun. Then people wouldn't play the game anymore. Well, right now, there's a major issue, and it's the victims right now. That's what I have to say. Now, when I play victim, like I said earlier, if you play victim enough, you're going to learn how to do everything I just talked about here. But when I play victim, I love it. I don't care if I die. I think it's great. I died. I got X, Y, and Z done. I made it that far. I died. Oh, I took it like a champ. I don't DC or anything like that. I go on to the next match. I love it. Well, because when I finally do escape, I'm like, hell yeah, I finally made it out. That was awesome. But it was a challenge. It was so stressful. And that's only because I don't play victim enough. But right now, there's so many people playing victim all the time. They're like level 90 victims. Forget about it. And there is one huge change. I don't know if it would work or not, but if they ever made it so you didn't need Leatherface to start a match, let's just say you needed 3 family members, but if you did not need a Leatherface, that would help more people play if they don't like playing Leatherface. It would keep the game alive longer. It would get more initiative for people to play family. But the way to fix that is they would have to give all family members the ability to go through gaps, wall spaces, and be able to hurdle over the barricades. Like one leg over, then the next leg over, and go through gaps and crawl spaces. But maybe some family members take longer than others. Like obviously the cook's not going to go as fast as the hitchhiker through a gap in the wall because he's got a bad back and bad knees. You know, he's an old man, so he's going to take a little while longer. But that would help if you're chasing after victims in the basement, if those barricades are there and you can't destroy them like Leatherface does with a chainsaw, then maybe Johnny could put one leg over, then the next leg over, maybe take a little bit, get over it and be like, whew, and then the stupid little animation and then run after the victims, you know. But I don't know. That's another whole ball game there. But my main concern is that valve handle and the fuse on every map. If you kind of made it 1 and done, even something like that, or 2 and done, that would help put more pressure on the victims. That about wraps up everything I was talking about here in the notes. I know I'm going to end the video and be like, oh, well, there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I think that's it. We're 23 minutes in. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, I pray and hope that this game succeeds, and I hope that some of these issues get fixed really soon, because it's definitely a problem, and people are going to end up leaving the game because out of frustration, they're going to be like, oh, this game sucks. You know, you guys played Friday the 13th. I know it's a whole different game. You can't compare it. I get that. But when you're Jason Voorhees in that game, the match lasts a while. You're on the hunt. You're having fun. You're playing the role of Jason. You feel like you're playing the role. You're chopping through doors. You're killing victims. You're catching up to them. The car gets started. You could still stop the car. You could pull them out of the car and kill them all or one. And even if you don't kill everybody, or even if everyone escapes, you are doing so. For a while, you were on the hunt. You felt like you were immersed in there. This game, it's like I said, start of the match, goalie, goals up, boom, boom, and a minute, 30 seconds, it could all be out the exit, and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, really? It's like, come on, man. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys, if you want to watch, at the end of this video, I'm going to put a match at the gas station that was over in less than 3 minutes. I'll post it right now after this is over. Anyways, I will see you guys later, and hopefully talk in the comments, and make sure to like, subscribe if you have not already. And I thank you guys. And as always, campers, Stay out of the woods and watch the video clip.